Alrighty, Laker fam, the Lakers win their 8th game in a row. They officially have the best record, 15-2, and they beat the San Antonio Spurs 114-104. So you guys, send me in some questions. Let's talk about this win because obviously it was a very exciting win. Obviously, the Lakers now have their biggest win streak of the season, their biggest win streak in a very, very long time. So obviously there's a lot to talk about. We are actually live right now here on Lakers Report by Chat Sports All Things Lakers. So thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight and picking Lakers Report to tune into the post-game show. Now, first thing that I'm just going to obviously get started off with talking about is LeBron James, because LeBron James went crazy tonight. He was honestly, at some points, just a one-man show. He was really just at most of the points, honestly, just majorly the MVP. He had 33 points tonight. He had 14 assists. He had 13 assists in the second half because honestly, first half, he kind of wasn't really looking to facilitate the ball. He was looking to be more aggressive. So let's just talk about it. Who was your MVP, though, besides LeBron James? Let me know. Tweet in, send in some comments, and let me know because right now, if I'm going on off of it, I'm just going to go ahead and say that my second MVP besides LeBron James is going to be, I'm going to give it to KCP because looking at KCP's stats tonight, actually, he played really well. He had 14 points. He was 5 for 7 from the floor. And honestly, KCP, I know he got off to a really rough start to start this season, but as of the last few games, since he's been inserted in that starting lineup, he's honestly played really well. So KCP for me tonight was the second MVP. Now, let me know. Continue, guys. Let me know. Here, we have a comment from Rich Obama Jr. Thank you so much for tuning in. Says, how is there, disliked this already. How does someone dislike Lakers Report? You guys, I think anyone who dislikes this video is just a Laker hater. They're probably a Celtics fan. Let's see, any more questions? Send in some questions, guys. Let's talk about this game. Moving on. Let's talk about the Lakers defense tonight, though, because honestly, Lakers defense, first half, it was kind of like how we've had these last few games where they came out with not a lot of energy. They really weren't playing very well. And I was honestly thinking to myself, I don't know how the Lakers are going to be able to win this game, but somehow they did, and they really did so by buckling down defensively in that second half. Not only did they really play well defensively in the second half, let's take a look at some of their second half stats. So we could see here in the first half, they allowed San Antonio to have 34 points in that second quarter, which obviously is not okay. That was when San Antonio really went on their run. LaMarcus Aldridge went crazy. Then, of course, in that fourth quarter, we saw them only allow them to have 22 points, which is ultimately how they were able to win the game. The Lakers were able to score 32 in that third quarter, 28 in the fourth quarter. Again, huge part of that was LeBron James. At one point in that fourth quarter, LeBron James had something to do with all 21 of the Lakers' points in that fourth quarter. Either it was him scoring or him assisting. So LeBron James was, again, really the key to tonight's game. But we also had some good key performances. Some other guys did step up as well. If we're looking at the stats here, we can see, besides KCP, who I already talked about tonight with those 14 points, we had Kyle Kuzma, who had 10 points, but again, wasn't that much of a factor. He had his 8 points really quickly first in that first quarter. We had Rajon Rondo with 13 points. We had Troy Daniels, which was great to see him have 11 points, made some shots. So we did have a couple of other guys contribute. Oh, we have a question from Israel. How many minutes did LeBron play? Do you think he is playing too many minutes? So tonight, LeBron played 35 minutes. I mean, honestly, I don't think that's too many minutes, and we needed him out there. Obviously, it is a long season, so LeBron is continuing to having to play a lot of minutes. He's really been, especially these last few games, he's really been the reason the Lakers have won. He's at many times been a one-man show through many long stretches, so he's needed to play those minutes. Again, 35 minutes isn't too many minutes for the King tonight, but obviously it's a long season, so we're going to kind of want to make sure that as the season continues and progresses, certain guys, we're going to have some kind of role players, some second guys really step up and allow LeBron to rest a little bit. Because a long season, we don't want him to be too tired for the post game. How did Caruso go after missing the last game with the calf? Caruso was okay. He was fine. He wasn't anything too amazing tonight. Let's take a look at his stats. Actually, Alex Caruso, yeah, he didn't have any points. He was 0 for 2 from the floor. He did have 1 assist. He only played 13 minutes, so he didn't play too many minutes. He wasn't really a factor. He is, of course, recovering from that calf injury. But yeah, send in some more questions, you guys. We had Dwight Howard, what did you guys think of Dwight Howard tonight? He didn't really do anything. He played 17 minutes. He nearly fouled out with 5 fouls. So what did you guys think of him? Nothing too great there. While we are waiting for you guys to send in some more questions, I want to remind you all to please hit that subscribe button. Subscribe down below to Chat Sports here. Join the Lakers family. We are so close to 10,000 subscribers. So I would love to have 10,000 by the end of November, which of course is by the end of this week. So please send it in and subscribe. But we have another question right now from Adam Stream. Says, why did Quinn Cook not play tonight? You know, Quinn Cook, honestly, that was actually something that I noticed as well. Cook has not been playing the last couple of games, and I don't know what the actual main reason for that is. I could attribute a lot of it to the fact that he just was not knocking down his shots. He was having a lot of turnovers, so he was not playing very well. And obviously now that Troy Daniels is, feeling healthy again, he's been knocking down some shots. The coaching staff has decided to go with him. And so far, as we saw tonight, he had 11 points, so that was the right guy. But Quinn Cook has kind of found himself out of the rotation. Do you guys agree with that? Do you think that Quinn Cook should get some more minutes? Do you think he should be back in the lineup? Do you think he's better than Troy Daniels? What do you guys think? Let me know. Keep sending in your guys' questions. Thank you so much for everyone who has sent in some questions. While we are waiting for some more questions though, I want to remind you guys to please follow me on Instagram. My Instagram's at HannahRoseKulik and my Twitter is at Hannah_Kulik. Follow me to follow not only all things Lakers, but fitness things as well. If you know me, you know I love to post some fitness tips and tricks as well. We are actually live here on Lakers Report, so if you guys are just tuning in, please send in some questions. Let's talk about this game. The Lakers 15-2 have the best record in the entire NBA, are on an 8-game winning streak. We have a new question. Do you think Lakers need another guard like J.R. Smith or Iguodala? Okay, guys, obviously Iguodala is someone that the Lakers would love to get, but of course we're going to have to wait and see. Memphis does not want to buy him out, so we're going to have to wait, it looks like, till February to see if he's going to be available. They would like to trade him. The Lakers don't have a first-round pick to offer, which is what Memphis is asking for Iguodala. So I know everyone really wants Iguodala to come on. We're just going to have to wait and see. Who's your player of the game? Who's my player of the game? LeBron. I answered that in the beginning. LeBron was total MVP today. He had 33 points. He had 14 assists. He honestly, at many points, the game was just a one-man show. So the King definitely delivered, and he's honestly been delivering all season. So I know a lot of you guys are a little bit concerned about load management with him, but you guys, if we want to have this record, this 15-2 record, best record in the NBA, an 8-game win streak, we need him to completely play all those minutes. He's not a washed King, you guys. He's still playing at the best of his career. He's honestly, you've seen it night in, night out, every single night. He's been playing unbelievably. It's truly unbelievable, proving that he still is the best player in the NBA. So definitely do not think that LeBron James is washed at all. Keep sending me in some of your questions, but while we are waiting for some more questions here, actually we will answer one more really quickly. How is Kuzma integrated in the rotation? Kuzma actually has been struggling a little bit as of late, obviously after getting his eye injury. He started off the season when he was first coming back from that injury. He was not playing too well, obviously, but it was going to take a little bit of time for him to kind of come back. Then we saw him kind of have some stretch of games where he was really playing well, looking like the Kuz of old, the Kuz that we were all expecting him to be like. But then all of a sudden, after he got that eye injury, it's looking like he is struggling a little bit, and he is not really being this huge factor. So as we move forward into the season, I want to see Kuz kind of get back to how he was before injuring his eye and really be able to be more aggressive offensively and really just kind of look to be more of a contributor. So far right now, he's really a non-factor. We see him have a couple of minutes a night where he scores a few baskets. Like tonight, we saw back in that first quarter, he had 8 quick points, but then again, he only ended with 10 points in the game, so he really wasn't too much of a factor. But keep sending me in some questions. Who was your MVP of the game besides LeBron James? Who were you most impressed with? What are you guys thinking about KCP? Because I did say earlier on, if you were just tuning in, that KCP was my second MVP of the night, which is crazy. I never thought I would say that, but let me know if you guys think that KCP is your second MVP. What are you guys thinking of KCP? We have another question in here from Adam. Is there any trade you would make before the trade deadline? How close is Avery Bradley to returning? We're gonna have to wait and see Really quickly, just to touch on the Avery Bradley thing before we go into trade talks. With Avery Bradley, we're going to have to wait and see when the Lakers get back from this road trip. And then he's going to be reevaluated. So hopefully in the next few days, a week, we will have a little bit more info on Avery Bradley, because obviously the Lakers could definitely use him, especially on the defensive end. Now, in terms of trade talks, I do want to say, as of right now, I don't necessarily know who we should go and get. I think the Lakers, like I said, holding off on Iguodala. If we do have anyone to go and get, I know that the Lakers want a small forward. That's kind of a position that we need to look to get. But also, I think that we should maybe look to go and try to get another three-point shooter. If guys like Troy Daniels doesn't continue to knock down the three, if we don't have Quinn Cook, if he does get the minutes, if he's not able to consistently hit three-point shots, if Kuz isn't able to score more efficiently, then we're going to have to kind of look to get another three-point shooter. Now, before we kind of move on to some more of your questions, again, we are live here on Lakers Report by Chat Sports. Please send in your questions, but before we do, I actually have an awesome holiday deal, so I want to make sure that you guys are all in on everything that you have to do in order to get some really great prices on some Lakers gear. So I know I mentioned this in a few of my videos, but we have this really cool Lakers t-shirt combo. It's a long sleeve shirt and a short sleeve shirt. Those are being offered for 50% off, only $22. If you want that, you just go to chatsports.com/Lakers1. And we also have a LeBron James hoodie. So if you want to rock the Kings hoodie, that is going to be 30% off. You just go to chatsports.com/Lakers3. That is only $45, which is awesome. Great price for a LeBron James jersey. And then all Lakers sale items in general, we have a huge sale going on for Black Friday. You just go to chatsports.com/Lakers and you get up to 50% off on all of the Lakers gear. So definitely make sure, use those easy URL codes to get some awesome Lakers gear. It's going to be holiday season soon, so if you want to go out and get some of your friends and family some Lakers gear, or just yourself, you know, self-love super in right now, then definitely check that out. But keep sending in some more of your questions. I know a couple keep popping up here, but then I don't see it. So just keep sending them in, and I promise I will get to your questions. Let me know who you think was the MVP tonight. Who do you think was what do you think was the key to the game? Oh, we have another question. What do you make of Danny Green tonight and his season so far? So Danny Green tonight, let's look at his stats. Danny Green tonight played 28 minutes. Wasn't that impressive. He had 6 points. He was 3 for 7 from the floor. In general, this wasn't really Danny's best night. I haven't seen Danny be too consistent, which is something that as we continue on this season, I want to see him be a little bit more consistent, because we've seen games where he has really played well. He's made his shots, but he hasn't really had games where he's been able to do it consistently. So I think, honestly, Danny Green is a huge key to the Lakers season, because the Lakers brought him in here to be that consistent kind of 3-and-D guy. He's been good defensively, but so far with this three-point shot, it's been a little inconsistent. But I don't have too many complaints about Danny Green, but all in all, I would like to see him be a little bit more consistent, especially on his shot selection and shooting the ball for sure. Any more questions? Keep sending in some questions. We're going to do a few more questions here. But before we get to some more, keep them coming. I want to make sure you guys are subscribed. Hit that subscribe button. We have another one from Aussie Rhino. Do you agree with my theory that we are load managing by coasting? I don't really know. I don't think that we are necessarily like load managing. That's why we're not playing well the first 3 quarters. I think the Lakers honestly just, we have the best record in the NBA. I don't want to say that they're getting a little lazy and thinking that they can easily win these games, but I think that may be what's happening, because we're seeing them really kind of come out with not a lot of energy, and they're just kind of having to either stay in the game with these kind of easier teams that they should honestly be really blowing out. We're not really seeing them put in a huge effort, and then in the fourth quarter, end of third quarter, they really have to turn it on, and that's when we're able to win. We're usually able to win because LeBron James goes crazy, which, as we saw tonight, that was something that happened. So I don't really think it's that we're trying to load manage and try to preserve our energy for the season. I just think, honestly, we're just not coming out with a lot of energy because maybe we're thinking that these are going to be easy games. But truly, there really is no easy game in the NBA. Do you think the Lakers should sign Jamal Crawford? I personally don't think that they should sign Jamal Crawford. You know, he's older. I think he's 34. He could even be a little bit older, but I think he's 34. So I don't really think that would be a great bet for them. Obviously, he is a great shooter. So if they do think that he's their best option, they really need to get a more consistent shooter. Again, if Troy Daniels isn't being consistent, if Quinn Cook, if he does get back in the rotation, can't be more consistent, if Kuz isn't hitting a shot, then maybe they could go and pursue Jamal Crawford, but I just think he's a little bit old, so I don't really think they're going to necessarily go pursue him, but I guess it could happen. Any more questions, guys? What do you guys think of the Lakers' defense tonight? Do you guys think it was good all in all, or do you think not that great? Because I actually think it was a little bit better tonight than what I saw in the last few games. You know, we obviously got off to that awesome start defensively, best defensive start in the NBA. We are the best team in the NBA because of our defense, but the last few games I really have seen their defense kind of slip a little bit. A big part of that, in my opinion, is due to Avery Bradley. But I think tonight they did buckle down a little bit more, especially in that second half. They did play much better. I saw a question that asked if I think AD can be Defensive Player of the Year. I definitely think AD can be Defensive Player of the Year for sure, you guys. He's honestly such an amazing defender. When I watch him sometimes, I don't think tonight was necessarily his best defensive night, but all in all, he was still awesome. But I mean, I still think there are so many times where I'm watching AD and it's like he's putting on a clinic, especially from the defensive end. He truly is so special. So definitely I think AD could be Defensive Player of the Year. We're just gonna have to wait and see how it goes. Send in a couple more of your questions, guys. We're going to answer maybe a few more questions here. Wrap this all up. Again, let me know what you think about the Lakers being an 8-game winning streak. Let me know what you think about them having 15-2, best record in the NBA. Oh, we have a question here. We're really missing Avery Bradley on defense. I agree with you guys. I really do think we are missing Avery Bradley on defense a lot. Can't wait to have him back. Dwight Howard fouled too much. Yes, he did. He almost fouled out. He had 5 fouls. This was not the best performance from Dwight Howard. He didn't have any points. I think he had, let me just double check this, but he had 1 rebound. He had 1 rebound, 0 points, and 5 fouls. So definitely not the best game from Dwight Howard. But all in all, I've been very impressed with Dwight Howard. From what I have seen from him this season, he has provided a lot of energy off the bench. He really has been a great teammate and a great overall just player and done whatever the Lakers have asked of him. AD always seems to be holding his ribs. How bad is his injury? I think AD is fine. I think he's getting better every day. Obviously, you know, getting a little bit of an injury to your ribs is not fun. It's something that's going to take a little while to recover. But anytime that AD is asked about it, he has said multiple times that he is feeling better and that he is getting 100%, you know, every day he's getting closer to 100%. So I don't necessarily think that is really bothering him that much, but I'm sure it is a little bit of a factor as to maybe why he didn't have maybe as good of a game tonight. But all in all, I think AD is fine. I'm not really worried about it. Any more questions, you guys? We are live right now, so send me any questions you guys have. We'll answer them. Wrapping this up, a couple more questions, and then we'll probably end this up. But let me know, comment down below if you guys think, how many wins you guys think this Lakers win streak is going to push to. I don't know, every day I get kind of nervous. I'm thinking, oh my gosh, we won, you know, before tonight it was 7 in a row, now it's 8 in a row. Eventually we're gonna have to lose a game. I don't know how I'm gonna handle it, but let me know, comment down below how many games you guys think the Lakers are going to win in a row. How do I think Rondo is doing? Okay, Rondo actually tonight had a pretty good game. His stats, he had, let's take a look, he had 13 points, he was 5 for 9 from the floor, he had 4 rebounds, and he had 5 rebounds, and he had 3 assists. So, I mean, Rondo tonight was pretty good. We saw him have some really good stretches, but then he also, it's kind of frustrating when I'm talking about Rajon Rondo, because we'll see him do some things where he plays really well, and then there are a couple of stretches where he just does some really stupid things. We saw it a couple nights ago when he actually got kicked out in that game for getting another technical. So I think Rondo, you know, sometimes he's playing really well, but sometimes he kind of just makes these kind of boneheaded mistakes. And tonight we saw a few of those, but all in all, I think Rondo had a pretty good game tonight for sure. Any final questions, you guys? We are live here on Lakers Report. We're going to be wrapping this up. Send in any final questions. What do you guys think of this Lakers 114-104 win? They are currently not only the best team in the NBA, but the best road team, which I do not know the last time I've been able to say this. Usually the Lakers have just been horrible on the road, but they've honestly just been pretty horrible in general. Do you think Rondo should shoot more threes? You know, Rondo isn't necessarily known for being this high-volume shooter throughout his career. He's always been known to be more of a playmaker, but tonight he did make some three-point shots. I mean, if he's open, I would love to see him take them. The Lakers obviously need guys to step up and knock down the three-point shots and need guys to be more aggressive offensively. So if he's open, if he's feeling confident, definitely, but I don't know if you can count on it because, again, Rondo's entire career has really been known for being more of a playmaker. Oh, thank you so much. Someone says you're doing great. You like my outfit. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Any final questions that you guys have here? Again, comment down below. Let me know how many games you think the Lakers are going to make this win streak to. If I had to guess, I'm just going to say a little positive. I know a little while ago, I went on record and I said I thought the Lakers were going to open up and do a 17-3 or 16-4. That was going to be their record. And at the time after I said it, I was like, maybe I'm shooting for the stars a little bit too much, but I actually think that's probably what it's going to be. So I'm going to say, we go back and we play, and AD's going to go back to the Pelicans the next game on Wednesday at 6:30. So he's going to go play Pelicans. I think we can definitely win that game. That's going to be a fun game. Obviously, AD returning back to New Orleans. I think we're going to be able to win that game. I'm hopeful that we're able to kind of push this win streak to maybe 10, 12, that would be awesome. But again, I'm really happy with the record that we have right now. But what do you guys, how many wins do you guys think the Lakers are going to win? Let me know down in the comments below. One more question. Do we think we need a player that can create his own shot other than a three-point shooter? Well, I mean, that's kind of what we were hoping Kyle Kuzma can be, but so far he hasn't really been able to do that consistently. So I really want to see Kuz, again, be more consistent, be more aggressive offensively, especially be more of a factor in these games, because he hasn't really been, especially after that eye injury, which is frustrating again because he was really starting to come into his own before he got injured. So again, I think we're just going to answer. If you guys have any final questions, send them in, but then if not, I think that's going to do it. Again, the Lakers beat the San Antonio Spurs 114-104. They have the best record in the NBA, 15-2. They extend their win streak to 8 games. And that's pretty darn cool, guys. So if you guys have any final questions, leave them down below and I will make sure to answer them in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you guys so much for coming in live with me and hanging out and answering and asking me some awesome Laker questions. So I'm going to try to end this video now. Hopefully I do it right. But yeah, bye guys. Thank you guys so much. Laker Hannah's out.